Beers legend, Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We have a fruit sour tonight to start us off. One thing I don't normally do is do a brewery like consecutively, but I forgot last night that I did the one drop stout and I'm doing a one drop sour now. So my apologies. I don't ever want to like overdo a brewery or a beer style. But yeah, I'm sure 2 in a row is not too bad. So this one's known as Mr. Pleasure. It's been in the fridge for quite a while. I had quite a few beers there like before I had that little break. So yeah, I'm just getting through a lot of them now. It is an ice cream sour ale at 5.5%, and it's got some really cool can artwork. So it's like a skull with it's either like candy, like gumballs or balloons, or yeah, looks pretty cool though. I'll read what it says on the back. Who knows what it's got in it? It's probably got a lot of stuff. Cheers, Evie. Good to see you. Indulge in Mr. Pleasure, a luscious triple mango extravaganza starting with Kensington Pride, Calypso, and I don't know what that is. It's just a heap of numbers and letters, all swirled into a velvety smoothie base. We then fold in ripe Cough's bananas and dollops of Frosty Boy soft serve, vanilla ice cream for that signature creamy lift. Heckin' wowzers. Finally, we rain down a confetti of hundreds and thousands. Yeah, so I'd say that's what that is on the front, hundreds and thousands. So that's like what you have on fairy bread, if you know what fairy bread is. For a playful pop of colour and sweetness, the results unapologetic dessert decadence in every sip, smooth, fruity, and utterly dope. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks awesome, doesn't it? And of course, you know what fairy bread is, Evie, because you're Aussie, but yeah, a lot of people out there probably wouldn't know what it is. So it says on this one, recommended to roll and flip the can, so I better do that. Because yeah, these ones can be like really thick, and normally I'll just do this sort of thing. Or if you got it on a table, you just sort of roll it back and forth. It just sort of gets all the different ingredients in there just to sort of mix it up. What's it like in Melbourne tonight? It's pretty warm here this afternoon. It's sort of like muggy at the moment. Thankfully, there's not much wind, so the fires haven't really gone off again. So I've got my hashtag proper glassware. Let's do it. I've got no idea what colour this could be. It could be anything. It's probably going to be, if it's got a heap of mango and banana, yeah, it's probably going to be like an orangey, yellowy colour. Because, yeah, some of these beers can be really awesome colours. You just don't want it to go everywhere and make a mess. No, it's actually more of a yellow. Looks like a banana. Look how thick it is. Wow. That's insane. It's all over me hand. So yeah, I'm doing 2 beer reviews tonight. I'm sort of hoping Juzzy goes live one night this week because I need to join him. Shit, it's starting to spill. Yeah, you got to be so careful with these beers. Up, move. It's gone all over me fucking laptop. So you pour them and you think they're right, and then they just keep fizzing up. See, like I had it like up to about there, and then it just kept going and going. I'm gonna have to get something to clean it up. I'll be back. Oh, I can't even click on my mouse. Ah, we're back. What a pain in the ass. I should always have it more prepared when I do fruit sours. So yeah, it's like as I said, I poured it. It was lively. I sat it down and it looked like it had stopped fizzing. And I'd cleaned up the other mess, and then all of a sudden it just kept bursting over. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And at the time it was sitting on my laptop. So it's gone all over like the panel part of the laptop. Thankfully, it hasn't gone on the keys, but it's gone like a little bit on the mouse pad. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, it definitely looks like a smoothie. So it's pretty much a yellow. It's like the color of sort of like a banana, like the inside of a banana. Maybe a little bit darker. Doesn't look as dark on the camera. Cheers, Phil. Good to see you. Yeah, that was one of these as well, Evie. Oh, actually, no, that was it was this type of beer, but it was a New Zealand one, I think. That was the one where the can had exploded. Yeah, see what I mean? You got to be so careful with fruit sours; they're very lively. I've heard of people like having them in their fridges, and they've put holes in their fridge when they've exploded. That's pretty cool, Phil. Funnily enough, when I was in the shower, I was listening to a couple of songs, and a couple of the piano ones. I was thinking, "Fuck, I'd love to learn piano." Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty quiet tonight. Yeah, I need like a just a sort of a set of wet ones sitting on the coffee table. You just don't think of it like because most beers are fine. I just need to remember how lively these ones are. Okay, so yeah, get back to it. So yeah, as I said, colours like a banana, very yellow. Even like some of the mangoes you see in other countries, or even coconuts, they're sort of like this colour as well. Um, yeah, the head's pretty much the same colour as the base, and it's very lively. Yeah, thick as fuck, like thick boy. Cheers, Brett. Um, Yeah, not much else I can say about appearance. We'll go with smell. It's going to be hard to smell it. Actually, I'll drink a little bit just to get it down. It's just all head. So there's still a fair bit left in the can. So I've spilt some, but most of the shit I spilt was just like froth. Yeah, I had chicken sandwiches for dinner. I just kept it simple. What'd you have? I had a little nap this afternoon. I've been really tired this week, having to get up early. Yep, cool. It's an insane looking drink. Rice and veggies. Yep. I'll be having steak the next few nights. Okay, so let's see what we get on the smell. I'd say mango's probably dominant. Like you're getting a lot of banana as well, but mango's like the main thing you smell. And then it's like sort of like a vanilla milky sweetness. You are sort of getting like a candied berry sort of thing. I'd say that's probably from the hundreds and thousands. I'm just trying to think when I've had fairy bread as a kid, what a hundreds and thousands taste like. They just sort of got like a candy sweetness, don't they? Yeah. So definitely very strong mango and banana. It smells like sort of like fresh mango. It's got like a sweetness, but also like maybe a slight tartness. You've been to the laundrette early this morning. Yep. Yeah, I hate when you're used to having your own washing machine and then you got to fucking pack up all your shit and go down to a laundromat. So annoying. I remember I had to do it for a month or so, and it was a pain in the ass. You get sick of having to chase like money for it as well, like having coins on you and stuff. Anyway, cheers, legends. There it is. Oh, how's this? A guy that I know at work. He he was wanting to know about an Audi beer on the weekend, and he said that he typed the Audi beer into Google just to see what people thought of it. And I think he knows I had a beer channel, but sort of didn't really think of it or forgot about it. And anyway, he's gone into Google and typed in the name of the Aldi beer and stuff. And apparently, my review of the beer was the first thing that come up. He thought that was pretty cool. He's like, geez, that's good that the first thing that comes up on Google is someone I know reviewing the beer. Cheers, Steve. Yeah, boy. How's uh how's the peninsula treating you? I was wondering if you were going to do a live from the peninsula. Stinky trainers, stinky knickers, I reckon. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good being down there with this weather. Cheers, Albo. Yeah, so the LA Rams are going to play a home game in Melbourne, and it's at our biggest stadium in the country. And they're trying to get Aussies to barrack for the Rams because of this whole game and that. But most Aussies that are into NFL couldn't give a fuck about the Rams. They already follow other teams. I mean, they are starting to get a few supporters gradually, but in Australia, it's sort of like your most popular teams in the US that people follow. Like, I would say the most popular teams in Australia would be the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Packers, the Patriots, the Chiefs, maybe a little bit of 49ers. But yeah, sort of the teams you'd expect. Like obviously I'm very rare being a Vikings fan in Australia. Like that's a very rare thing. But yeah, they still don't know who they're going to play yet. Um, they've narrowed it down to about 6 teams. I think the likeliness is probably going to be Rams versus 49ers. Or Rams, even Seahawks were mentioned. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I've taken Monday and Tuesday off work because obviously the Super Bowl here is on a Monday. And I love getting involved with it and having a few drinks and relaxing and watching it. So, yeah, I'm thinking about going to a Super Bowl party, maybe in Melbourne or Geelong. Yeah, have a look at this beer. It bloody went everywhere. It was so lively. It's like a mango and banana smoothie. So yeah, I started off the stream by making a mess and having to shut it off and clean up my laptop. Rookie error. Yeah, what a shame. I'm pretty keen for a couple of beers tonight. I mean, work was hectic yesterday. And then yeah, today was fairly cruisy. I don't know, I just sort of feel a bit more upbeat today. Like I tried to have a bit of an afternoon nap, but it made me feel worse. It is a lot better though. It's funny though, like the difference between getting up at 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. is so different. When I start at 3, I'm just like, "Ugh." And then when you start at 4, it's like, oh yeah, sleep in. I think too though, because the 3 a.m. wake up's on a Monday, so it makes it fucking 10 times worse. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, peeps. I'd appreciate it. The algorithm's helping me out on Google. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like he just comes into the room and he goes, check this shit out. He's like, oh, I just typed in a beer I was wanting to know about at Aldi on Google, and your review come up straight away as the first thing. And he just thought it was the greatest thing ever. Yeah, just basic Aldi beers. And then he's asking me all about them, and then he's asking me about other Aldi beers, and I'm going, nah, those ones are shit. And he goes, I like them, and I'm like, yeah, you like them because they're cheap. Just because something's cheap and it's good value doesn't mean it's necessarily good. God, it's thick at the bottom. It's almost like I need to purge it with some water to get all the gunk out. It's like it's just sitting in the can. I've still got to write a message to one of either the brewery or the shop to get a refund on a beer I had on the weekend that exploded everywhere. Thankfully, I got a photo of it. It was a $20 beer, so I'm like, I'm not fucking letting that go. They're going to either send me more or reimburse me. Fuck them. It wasn't this company, it was a Kiwi brewery. Sometimes you're like, if you message the brewery, quite often they just send you like I don't know, maybe 2 beers or a 4-pack or something to make up for it. Because they're from New Zealand, I don't know how it's going to work. They might get in touch with the shop I bought them from and maybe give me a free can through them, or I don't know. Yeah, it's like a soup. So chunky you can carve it. Yeah. Did you watch that Two Worlds Collide, Evie? Did you check it out? This shit. The Pauline Hanson interviews, very good. That's something for you to watch, Juzzy. His latest episodes with Pauline Hanson. I would highly recommend. I just wish it wasn't so lively. Like you feel like most of the drink you're having is like froth. I mean, it's fairly tasty. Like it's a nice sour, but yeah, it's just there's too much froth. It's too like I don't know. You're just not getting enough of that sort of like the base and the creamy part of the drink. I can see why it made such a mess. Yeah, it'll make you appreciate Pauline a bit more. It'll get you pumped up, and yeah, you'll think the dude's a great bloke. I would recommend watching the one with her, and then watch the one with Chocky. Chocky's another guy that does a similar thing. He like interviews people and calls out the government on stuff. That's a real good one, him and Chocky, because they're both doing a similar thing and they get on real well. Yeah, I think you sent me a photo of it. Yeah, the shit's definitely good quality. I got a hoodie and a hat, so obviously because it's been hot, I haven't used the hoodie. Yeah, be a good night to sort of sit outside now. Yeah, I'm sort of the same. She hasn't changed at all. It's just the country's changed. Yeah, so this one, dude, I mean, one drop you can buy in most sort of craft beer stores, or just through their actual website. If you're going to try beers like that, this definitely get one drop. They're the best brewery at them. But yeah, they're pretty spendy as well. I'm not a huge fruit sour guy, but these guys are like elite level. Like they're one of the best in the world at doing them, so that they actually do them real good and make you want to try more. There's a lot of shit ones out there. Yeah. Yeah, that was fucked, wasn't it? You could tell Sam was disgusted when he heard that. And like, how was it when they were saying how there's people that are coming out of prison and getting these big lump sums of cash because they've got post like prison trauma? It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's fucking bullshit. They're criminals. They're going to prison for a reason. It's like just throwing money away. I mean, obviously, if you got beaten up in prison and had some like horrendous disability from it or something, that's fair enough. But not just fucking like a mental illness thing. That's fucking stupid. Of course, you're going to be fucked up mentally if you go to jail, but that's the thing. People go to jail because they've committed crimes, and yeah, the NDIS is ridiculous. The amount of money and foreign aid. The amount of foreign aid, like we've just given, like I think it was like 20 million or something to the Taliban. It's meant to be for like women and kids, and it doesn't even go to them. If you drop the soap, you deserve it. Cheers, Smokey. Mango, 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 banana. Yeah, it's very tasty. I certainly can't complain with the flavour. It's very, very nice. You wouldn't want any more than one, though. Yeah, yeah, that'll be interesting. Imagine how many people, though, especially like a lot of these immigrants and that. Imagine how many people are on money that don't deserve it, like some sort of like disability payment or some sort of payment they're getting for the amount of kids they've got, but they've got like fucking 10 wives living in the one house and shit like that. They reckon some of those families where it's one guy with the heap of wives, they reckon they're earning like 200 to 300,000 a year for doing nothing. The husband's probably sitting at home playing fighting games, preparing for the future. The wives would be just looking after the kids and cooking. Yeah, for sure. Sure you do. I know of people that have been claiming disability and they're fucking fine. I'll break my ribs or something and I'll still go to work and be absolutely fucked and can't even move properly. And I'll still be fighting it out just because I can't afford to be at home. And then you'll get some fuckwit that's like fine and they're like earning probably nearly as much money as I am just sitting at home. Yeah. Haven't you heard me talk about the beer, brother? I've said about 5 times it's decent. Yeah. Nah, it's a good beer, dude. Like it's got good flavour, but it's just too foamy and too. It was a real mess when I opened it. It was too lively. I just feel like I'm drinking froth the whole time. Yeah, little commie boy. I don't know why, but I still hate Dan Andrews more than anyone else. There was just something about Dan Andrews, like just he was real smug in the way he did stuff, and cool. I'll have to go and have a look when I pour the next beer. Yeah, the next beer I'm going to do is a red IPA by Working Title. I was either going to do a red IPA by Working Title, a black IPA by, I think the brewery's called Esker or Eka or something. I don't know where they're from. I wasn't real familiar with them. And then the other one I was thinking about was, I've still got another garage project, other half collab. Yep. Nah, it's just the style, dude. Fruit sours are very like lively and they're very active because of all the fruit and shit in them. And yeah, I feel like it was just there was just too much shit going on inside it. The can was pretty tight at the time, and I mean it wasn't as bad as the one I had on Saturday. I don't know if I showed you a photo. I'll find it. I had one on Saturday that just completely exploded. I don't know if you'd be able to tell by this, but see the top of the can, how it's sitting really high? Like halfway up's where it's meant to end, and it just keeps going and going. And then the bottom's the same as well. The bottom's like kicked out heaps, and like you can just tell there's so much pressure in it. And that side on, how bad it looks. So yeah, when I send the photo to the brewery and the place I bought it from, they're gonna know how bad it was. Like that's sticking out fucking like probably another 15 mil. Yeah, he's done some dodgy shit, and I reckon he got the life beat out of him, and he hasn't been the same since. And they keep covering it up. there was all these rumours that he was fooling around trying to hook up with young girls and that when he was married. I mean, he's still married, but I remember when his wife got away with drink driving, that was fucking bullshit. Apparently, the word is, and I've heard from people that were actually at the thing, at the event, is that he was being inappropriate to another sort of high flyer's daughter. And yeah, this high flyer is someone that you don't fuck with. And yeah, apparently he got the shit beaten out of him at that event or afterwards or something. And they covered it up, saying that he fell down some steps. You could just tell in the body language of him and his wife after that that something was going on. Fucking oath it was. Yeah, cool. Yeah, their artwork's unreal. Such a shame though, dude, because yeah, I paid good money for that beer and it was just fucked. So I'm sort of hoping I get something out of them. I'd just be happy just to get a replacement as long as I get something. So if you're paying $20 for a beer and you can't even drink it, it's pretty fucked. Yeah, apparently a daughter of she would have been like in her late teens or early 20s. Like, is in old enough to have a relationship, but just had no interest in him. He was just being a sleazebag. Cheers, Craig. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. How's the weather where you are, dude? Still pretty warm here. I'm having a bloody fruit sour that fucking went everywhere at the start of the stream. One thing you find with a lot of politicians, they're those really nerdy type guys that, because they get a bit of power and a bit of like notoriety, all of a sudden they think they're like alphas and they carry on like absolute fucking pigs. Most of them are the sort of blokes that probably couldn't even get a girlfriend throughout school and all that sort of shit. I miss the glory days of someone like Bob Hawke, sculling beers and playing cricket and shit. I really want to go to the brewery, the Hawke's Brewery. Like it, the beers are pretty average, but just all the memorabilia and the layout of it, and like the little Chinese restaurant, it just looks really cool. Yeah, yeah, we do. We just need someone that doesn't take shit and like fights for the country. Someone that's not fucking a leftist and bows down to like the UN and gives away all our money. Like when I heard that, yeah, like where like the Aussies are at like absolutely battling at the moment, and then they've that Penny Wong, who's not even fucking Australians, giving away 20 million to the Taliban. It's like no wonder the country fucking hates people like you. And the other day, like a couple of weeks ago, they showed, I think it was Penny Wong again. Oh no, it might have been Jacinta Allen. Jacinta Allen was out in the suburbs giving homes to like refugees. Like she's there giving them the keys and cutting the tape, and it's like that is so fucking insulting to like all the Aussie taxpayers out there. How can you be celebrating this? Yeah, I'm so glad the last few days, like the wind hasn't been so bad, so it's meant that the local fires have definitely sort of calmed down a bit. It was definitely getting hairy there for a while. There was that weekend and then that really hot day. I think it was the day after Australia Day when it was like fucking like 47 or something. And the wind changed. Everyone was just like, fuck, that's not good. And then all of a sudden the wind just died down, like it just fucking disappeared. Look at that glass. That's going to need a good rinse. That's terrible. I was going to show you what I'm drinking next, but I don't have it here beside me. It's a red IPA anyway, and it's by Working Title out of Brisbane. I'm hoping it's like real piney and toffee like and citrus. They normally do really good like hop forward IPAs like Westies, Reds, Blacks. Their hazies are a bit hit and miss. Yeah, for sure. The hardest thing too is half the people that are battling fires are just normal workers in other jobs. Like half of them aren't even getting paid to do it. Well, what a respect for people like that. They're just like community minded. They do anything to like help people out in their area. See, one thing that used to happen if you were involved in a local fire brigade, if you took work off to fight fires, it'd have to come out of your sick leave, which I always thought that's pretty fucked. But I suppose as far as the company goes, they probably can't afford to have all these people fighting fires all the time. And then, yeah, our company brought in a thing where the guys that fight the fires get a certain amount of time allocated to that. So I thought, well, at least they're sort of looking after them in some way. Yeah, for sure. But I might wrap this one up and we'll start on the next one. So hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. This one probably went for a little bit longer than I expected. Score for this. As I said, I really enjoyed the flavors, like huge mango, just all different like types of mango was really nice. And then you just got that banana and like vanilla sort of in the background, and a little bit of a berry sweetness from the hundreds and thousands. And I just couldn't stop thinking of fairy bread. I should have had some fairy bread as a little side dish. Can't say I've had fairy bread for about 30 years. So yeah, score I'd probably say I'll go a 4.25 out of 5. Um yeah, so thanks for watching. And yeah, if you want to see more, I'll be back in about maybe 5 minutes or so with the red IPA. Cheers, legends. Wrong button on the mouse. Bye bye.